I'll see you get it tonight. And if I can't, I'll cry and cry. You won't see me without it, and I'll see you tonight. Outside, see you tonight. Outside, see you tonight. You would never guess that was a Gene Simmons song. Yeah, I know. I mean, because it's, oh yeah, we're heavy metal. And then you played a Gene Simmons solo album. I'll see you get it tonight. And if I can't, I'll cry and cry. Oh, should we get the show on the road, sweetie? I'm ready when you are. Okay. Let's put on a little intro song. A little intro music. Get us in the mood. Huh? I love our intro song. Yeah, me too. Okay, BOOZHOO, and welcome back to the show. Welcome back to BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO, the podcast, the live stream podcast, huh, sweetie? That's right. Live streaming it. Live streaming it. Podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. I am NANABOOZHOO, and over here, as per usual, once again today, the lovely and the talented Natasha. Ikadon BOOZHOO ini Mushain. Say hello to the people. BOOZHOO to the people. Hello everybody, how you doing? And so yeah, we're going live. It's an 8 a.m. here in north central Minnesota. Minnesota, honey. I know, huh? We're the state where it can go from 92 degrees to 40 in a matter of hours. It seems like that. Yeah. It gets just hot and it gets just cold. Although it's pretty nice now. Yeah, it's almost perfect. We got a little bit of rain. We could use some more. Yeah, I know. I went out and I mowed the lawn and it was just pitiful. All the grass is dead, and then there's just a few shrubs of weeds you kind of run over. But got that taken care of. And we probably won't have to mow for the rest of the summer the way things have been going. How you doing? Welcome to the show. Welcome to BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO. Today, it's a beautiful Abituse. It's Wednesday, sweetie. That's what they say. It's halfway through the week. Abituse, halfway. Is Wednesday, and I'm kind of killing time. I want to talk about singing today. And I want to wait for the BOOZHOO crew to get in here. So, I sure hope I set up the live stream correctly. What, are you afraid you didn't? Well, I'm not seeing any of the BOOZHOO crew here yet, but there's only one viewer. Hey, BOOZHOO, one person. And it's Brian. Greetings, Brian, from North Central Wisconsin. Brian J. Mater from North Central Wisconsin is here, sweetie. Hey, BOOZHOO, Brian. Natasha says, BOOZHOO. How you doing there? I have a brother in Wisconsin. He lives in Ann Arbor, which is a weird name for a town. How do you mean? Well, it just sounds like the name of a person. It's like a first and a last name. Ann Arbor. Hi, I'm Ann Arbor. Oh, you're a town? What? Yeah, you're right. You know, it's like Gary in Indiana. It's like, oh, here's a town. What should we name it? Pleasantville? You know, Bay City? Oh, how about Gary? You know, Ann Arbor, Michigan. Oh, yeah. No, yeah. He lives in Ann Arbor, Michigan. I always get Michigan and Wisconsin confused. Sorry. Yeah, he lives in Michigan. I don't know anybody in Wisconsin. Do we know anybody in North Central Wisconsin, sweetie? Nope. Yeah. Well, we know Brian. Yeah, now we know Brian. That's right. Hey, have you ever met someone named Brian Souls? I don't know if all the Brians know each other, but there's this dude. He shows up once in a while. His name is Brian Souls. He's a very soulful person. You should check him out. Oh, hey, he's here right now. And so is Always Learning. Hey, bonjour, you guys. Brian Souls, always learning. I came here to learn that Abatuse is halfway. My other world is only half a mile away. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Hide the bottle when the cop goes by. Talk about women and lie. Oh, my other world is only half a mile away. That's right, sweetie. Natasha's other world's only half a mile away. You know, you're giving everybody so much time. You know, you got to go to work. You got to give time to the boss. And then you go and you got to check on your elders. Make sure they're okay. You know, go see your grandma and grandpa. You say hello. Maybe mow their lawn. You got to, And then, you go give the kids some time and you give the whatever. You're giving everybody so much time. But now you need a moment that you think is mine. So you go down to the corner bar, or not the corner bar, just to the corner. And all your buddies are standing out there, warming their hands on the burning barrel. And they start drinking wine. But the cop comes by and you hide that bottle. Hide the bottle when the cop goes by. You got to check out Wisconsin. It's a nice place. Good peoples. I was in Wisconsin once. I played a gig in Ashland. At the Buckorama. I'm not sure where Ashland is anymore. I don't think it's that far from our border. But, I grew up, there was a lot of pressure to hate people from Wisconsin. I come from, my people were always Vikings fans. And we were taught to hate the Green Bay Packers fans. We called them cheeseheads. You would call people from Wisconsin cheeseheads? Mm-hmm. That's racist. I know, huh? I never really cared about football, so I didn't have anything against Wisconsin. But they do. They call people from Wisconsin cheeseheads. And I don't think that's right. That's racist. And who else is here? Jefferson Ballou. Oh, wow. Jefferson concurs. He says Wisconsin is awesome. Mino Wabin. It is very nice. That old Wisconsin. Everyone now wants to move out to the country. Yeah, that's true. The cities are emptying out. They're like, enough of this. This is crazy. The cities are, they're being taken over by homeless people, by, a lot of gun violence, a lot of, pooping in the streets, drugs. You can't even let your kids play outside anymore. They're like, let's get out of the city. Gonna go move to the land of the good cheese. To the cheesy people in Wisconsin. That's what they say. But, yeah. Anyway, so nice to see you guys here. Our other Ojibwe phrase of the day. So we always have like an Ojibwe phrase of the day, right? And then sometimes we tell stories. And sometimes, I know that a lot of our viewers are, they're all grown up already. And a lot of our viewers, they already know a lot about Ojibwe language and culture. But sometimes I try to remember that, hey, you know what? I bet you a little kid would like this show. So I find myself lots of times saying, hey, I'm going to tell you stuff I know most of the BOOZHOO crew already knows. but this is for the kids who maybe don't know yet. So this show is about, teaching an Ojibwe word and phrase, but then telling some stories in the Ojibwe way, In Anishinaabe-Moan, in Ojibwe language, they call a person like me an Adazuke Winini. Adazuke Winini, a storyteller. And lots of times people are like, oh yeah, the Anishinaabe stories. You should only tell them in the winter. That is our way. That is the traditional sacred way of being an Azuke Winini, to be a storyteller. You gotta wait for the snow. And then, you know, I mean, I live in northern Minnesota, so there's snow a lot. But then the summer comes around, you're like, well, what am I going to talk about if I can't tell the stories? So sometimes I just tell stories about my childhood. So when I was a little guy, I used to love to sing. Not so much anymore, huh, sweetie? What are you talking about? You sing every day. No, I'm way too self-conscious. I get embarrassed. I get just embarrassed. You do not. Okay. I don't get embarrassed. I'm like one of these guys who just sings all day long. I get up, I'm like, yeah, I never ask you where you go. As I'm taking a pee first thing in the morning. You know, I'm just singing all day long. I don't even care. I don't even necessarily think I'm a good singer. I'm not even, you know, I don't sing even for people's approval. But I had to learn to be like this. Some of you little guys and girls, you know, you might really like to sing. But sometimes you might just wait until you're in the shower because it's so loud in there and it's got good acoustics. And then you're like, someone left the kick out in the rain or whatever. Shower, rain on me, rain on me, rain, you know. And, but then you never sing in front of people. People have a real hang up about singing in front of people. I heard once, did you ever hear this, sweetie? What's that? The number one fear is, actually it's public speaking. But number two is singing in public. The way down the list is death. People are more afraid of speaking in public and singing in public than they are to die. And that means most people, given a choice, at a funeral, they'd rather be in a casket than giving a eulogy or singing a special song. You know, it's more stressful to them to have to sing. And I think what happens is, or what happened to me anyway. So this is way back in the days of the grandfathers. When I was a little guy, I really liked the singer named Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley came from down south, from a very small town, and he was just a poor old, you know, farm kid. But then he grew up to be the king of rock and roll. And I used to sing Elvis songs all the time. From very young, even in kindergarten, I would get up in front of the class and I'd be like, well, it's 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready now, go, cat, go. You know? And I just loved Elvis Presley. But, so I sang, and I was even in a talent show once, and my grandmother, she made me an Elvis jumpsuit, and it had sequins all over, a big tall collar, and I had scarves, and my dad, he plays guitar, and so he's off stage, and he starts playing the song. And during the LaPorte School, all-school talent show, I go out there, I'm like a third grader, and I start singing, how was it? Well, you know why? No, what is it? It doesn't matter. I started singing a medley of Elvis songs. And I even won first place. Just proud. I became known as a singer. But then around the 5th grade, got my hands on one of those little tape recorders where you could hear your voice. And so I was all by myself down in the basement, and I pushed a button. And this is like in the old days. It's a black, rectangular box was what we used to record our voices. And I pushed the button that said record and play. And then you go, fly like an eagle to the sea. I want to fly like an eagle. Set my spirit carry me. I want to fly like an eagle, 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 And then, so I'm 5th grade, and my voice is just high. I don't even think it had started changing yet. And I played it back, and my mouth just dropped open. I could not believe how stupid I sounded. it was worse than embarrassing. I was like, that's what I sound like? In my head, I sound like Elvis Presley. But on a recording, I sound like somebody's trying to strangle a cat, and that cat's just really fighting back. You know, that would be more. That would have been music to my ears compared to what I sounded like. I couldn't believe how terrible I sounded. And so I didn't sing for the longest time. I quit singing completely. No, that's not true. I would only sing when I was all by myself. I would never sing out in public anymore. From the time I was 5th grade, even up until my 20s, I started playing guitar. And I would be singing, and my friend, he sat me down. He thought he was being my friend. He was like, "Hey, listen, man, you're getting to be a really good guitar player, but just one friend to another, you should never sing. Your voice is not good. You know, I'd want someone to tell me, so don't sing," is what he said to me. Really? Yeah, I know. That's a terrible friend. I know, but. So I didn't sing. And then my little sister, she came to visit me one time in Duluth. And by this time I was, 30 something. And I was still singing by myself, playing the guitar. And she goes, "Oh, wow, you're really good. You should sing at the open mic night. You should go down to the coffee shop Monday nights at the Amazing Grace Bakery and whatever in Duluth. They have open mic. You can sign up. 15 minutes of fame. Oh, it'll be great. You'll probably get a girlfriend." Did she say that? I don't know. But so I got all my courage up and I went down there, and sure enough, I sang, and the people just loved it. And so, for the last 20 years, I just sing all the time. I don't care. And you know who is a good example of not caring? Who's that? Willie Nelson. Willie Nelson is one of the greatest, one of the most popular singer-songwriters ever. And he's still doing it. But his voice, you wouldn't compare it to a great singer. It's just, good. He's a good singer. So, I kind of wanted to talk about encouraging people to sing. Yeah, here we go. Nagamo, sing. Nagamo. Nagamon is a song. Nagamon. Oh, I really like that Nagamon. I would like to Nagamo that Nagamon. And singing is Nagamowin. Nagamowin. It's a song language. It's a sing language. A Nagamowin. So, I don't think she's here yet, but I'm going to share this right now, and I might share it again. There's a wonderful little singer. Oh, so here's kind of my message to the kids. In the Anishinaabe way, the Creator, the Gitchimanadu, the Great Spirit, He gives everybody gifts. You're born with certain gifts. And sometimes you got to develop those gifts. That's true. Sometimes your gift might be you just love singing. And you don't even sing well yet. But if you love it, then you'll become good. Sometimes you're given a gift where you might love something and you happen to just be really good at it. There are some people who are just born tall. Some people just have a perfect body for basketball. They're tall, they're athletic, they got good eye-hand coordination, they're graceful, If you're only born with one leg, it's hard to be a good basketball player. Not impossible, but some people are just, you have gifts. There's a little girl named Wazokwe. Sparkling Woman. And her English name is Annabelle Lee Werner. She's the daughter of one of our viewers here on the BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO podcast. And she's a singer. And her mom is proud of her. She's like, oh, you should sing. You're really great. But apparently her the friends at school are like, oh, you don't know how to sing. Your singing's weird. And so the first thing I want to share, I got her mom's permission to do this. But I want to share Sparkling Wazokwe. I want to share her singing, and then I want to comment on it. Okay, here it comes. That is so insanely good. That's amazing. I can't believe that little girl could sing so high. Yeah. And I love her sparkling little, whatever that was. You know, the little hovercraft or whatever she was on. The electric skateboard. Yeah. Wasokwe, Sparkling Woman. Annabelle, you were given a gift. There is you're still a kid. What we just saw here was raw talent, raw potential. But this is just the beginning of what you might be capable of. It's very uncommon that a little kid could sing in that range, that high, but also with that much control of your breath and the tone of your voice and all that. If you love that kind of music, there's nothing cooler than being the opera singer, being on a stage with a horns, helmet and big old braids and just, breaking the heavens with your voice. You could do some really cool stuff. Or you could also take your voice in another direction. You probably don't know this yet, but there's a band from the good old days called Queen. I wonder what you would sound like singing a Freddie Mercury song. Anyway, but yeah. We all have gifts, and it's very special. I think I mentioned this yesterday. Picasso? Yeah. Pablo Picasso once said, "The meaning of life is to find your gift, but the purpose of life is to give it away, is to share it." Yeah, Picasso, he didn't give away his paintings, he sold them. But, if you have a gift, you will not be happy until you share it. There's another quote from, what was that kid's name? McCandless. Into the Wild. Oh, that boy who went into the woods and then starved to death? Yeah. Something McCandless. There's this college kid who goes off into Alaska to live in the wild, and then he eats some bad roots or something, and then he dies. But he gets all lonely up there, and he goes, happiness is only possible when shared. You can't be happy just by yourself. You got to share it. So when you have a gift, Annabelle, of singing, you might be self-conscious. You might think, oh, I'm not a very good singer. Sometimes people, like, you'll even hear me say, "Oh yeah, you're a great singer. You should sing," and you won't believe it. Nah, he doesn't know. You know, he just likes every song. None, you know. But here's the other side of that. Once you discover your gift, you know, this thing that you love and that it feels like you're meant to do. If you don't do the thing with your gift, the Creator will take it away. So, like, Creator might give you this ability to sing, but if you never sing, eventually you won't be able to sing again. Same thing with music. I've known guitar players who could play great, and then they set it down and they get into something else. And then when they come back, they can kind of remember the chords, but their fingers hurt, and they don't get the mojo anymore. You know, you gotta spend, you gotta use your gifts. So if your gift is to sing, nagamo, you should sing. Okay. Brian says, I live 20 minutes from Ann Arbor. You're kidding me. Hey, if you ever meet Scott Lyons, tell him I said BOOZHOO. He'll know what that means. And you'll know him if he's got this big old red motorcycle. My brother's a biker. If you see him, you should cross the street. You can't trust those guys. They're shifty. He's covered in tattoos. He's a ne'er-do-well. He's also a college teacher. So, what is the significance of the snow? Why the need to wait? I may have missed that. I was learning once to know why you're supposed to wait until there's snow in the ground to tell the story. Yeah, you gonna tell him? Yeah, I suppose. It's an old thing. It's one of these things where when I asked my elder, he goes, yeah, you know, remember back in the days of the grandfathers, they didn't have TV or any of that. So there's only so many good stories, and they say, you know, we're going to be sitting inside all winter. You should wait until the snow's on the ground. It was just that simple. But later in the culture, you probably have met some of these people. You ever meet one of those people who knows just a little bit of Anishinaabe, you know, life ways of, you know, they're just learning about the culture, and they hear this thing, oh, you should never tell, and it becomes like a taboo. They go, no, that's sacred. You know, Gitchimanadu will get mad at you. You will, you know, the culture cops, the ones who are always trying to police. It's like, hey, you're doing that wrong. In our way, we were taught you must never blank. You know, that sweat lodge door must always face east, where the sun rises. And somebody else said, no, it must always face west, where the sun sets. What are you, crazy? So, a woman must never sweat with a man. But, so, I mean, there was a long time where I didn't like telling stories in the summer. I kind of felt like, okay, I should at least not tell traditional stories. But now I'm like, oh, who cares? What with global warming, we won't have any stories to tell if we wait for the snow. Nah. So I think it's one of those things where it's become kind of a taboo to people who take it too seriously. I don't take anything that seriously anymore. It's like I remember having a conversation once where this guy goes, yeah, you're not supposed to get heart transplants when you're Anishinaabe, man. That's not our way. You know, there's a spirit in that heart. And so you must never get heart transplants. And I went to my elder and I go, yeah, is there any truth to that? Are we not supposed to do? Is that wrong or something? And he goes, yeah, I don't know. It kind of sounds like one of them new rules. I'm not sure how many heart transplants they were doing back in the days of Sitting Bull. Like, yeah, you're right. How can we have a traditional rule about a modern thing? You know. I live near Wausau, Wisconsin, says Brian Mader. Interesting. Now I'm curious about this copper cat. They say still to this day, wild sage grows in the area of a big Indian farm in Taylor County. It's hard to get to a place through the woods to get to the opening in the woods. Oh, wow. Every once in a while, you'll see a carload of Indian women gathering good sage just in the ditches around here. There's certain times of the year when sage just grows wild. And you can always tell the people know sage because they'll see it and they're like, hey, oh wow, let's go get some sage. And they'll just load up, there's garbage bags full. There's basically two types of sage that we kind of deal with up here in Bemidji-Gumug. There's local sage, and then there's this like white California sage, they call it. And it smells really great, and it looks really cool. And it's wrapped in a red yarn, and it's really thick and just durable. It's not all nasty weed like local sage. But then you try to burn the California sage, it won't. You can't light it. It's like trying to light a rock on fire. Oh, really? Yeah, I hate California sage. I mean, it smells good and everything. But I can't light it. It won't stay lit. So if I'm ever like serious about sage and really smudging down, I take the local stuff every time. California. You can keep your sage, California. You're nothing but trouble at state. What with your open borders to Mexico? And what else? Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom? Is that the governor? Yeah, it's a governor or something of California. I don't know. Hollywood. Does everything bad in America gets its start in Hollywood? But is it the land of dreams? Yeah, I guess. It's become a nightmare. California. No, thank you. I spend a lot of time in Minocqua and Lac du Flambeau Res. Lac du Flambeau Res with the trout fishing ponds. Oh, Brian likes the trout fish. That's cool. Yeah. Ozer says, beautiful voice, Annabelle. Yeah, I sure hope she sees this. Annabelle, always learning, thinks you have a beautiful voice. Don't listen to the kids. Here's the other thing. I remember, I think it was Paul Stanley who said, hey, Paul, what did you say about the something about naysayers? Oh, whenever you're trying to make it, you just got to ignore the naysayers. The naysayers will always fall along the wayside. When Kiss was getting started, nobody believed in us. They were like, Kiss, that's a stupid name for a band. But I was like, no, I'm going to rock and roll all night and party every day. Yeah. So you didn't listen to your critics? No, to this day, there's just as many people who hate Kiss as who love Kiss. And I don't listen to the people who hate us. I listen to our fans. Yeah, huh? So do you think Annabelle should keep singing? Absolutely. She should sing like me. She should start a song like this. Oh, whoa, 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 woo, woo. Yeah, huh? Yeah, that's right. You gotta sing. Okay. Annabelle, even Paul Stanley says you should sing. So don't listen to people who, why do you suppose people are like that, Paul? They get jealous. You know, they see that you're good at something. They want to tear you down. You know, haters are going to hate. Yeah, haters are going to hate, I guess. So, yeah, I don't know. You know, I also heard once that your biggest supporters are I'm talking to Paul here, you guys. Yeah, go ahead. Your biggest supporters will be people you've never met, but your biggest detractors will be somebody you've always known. You know, that's true. When I became rich and famous, I lost a lot of my friends from high school. Yeah? Yeah. They couldn't handle that I was the lead singer of such a popular band. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, but then I made some new friends with the Kiss Army. Yeah, kind of like us in the BOOZHOO crew. Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Stanley. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO podcast. Paul Stanley. But yeah, so it's good to sing. What do you think, sweetie? Do you want to sing a song? Well, we could play a song for them. Yeah? Didn't you have Long Black Veil queued up? I did indeed. But you know, we're not going to get monetized. Okay. Here's the deal, you guys. We have a song we'd like to play for you. And this song, who knows who wrote it? I think it's an Irish tune. But it's been remade by everybody from the Chieftains to Mick Jagger to whoever. This is a song that was made popular in a little country called Ireland. And this is a song called Long Black Veil. And it's all about this lady. Okay, here's a song. Here's a story. So Long Black Veil is about a lady who puts on a long black veil, and she walks up to the hills, and she walks this graveyard where her lover died. And she feels all guilty because the song opens up where this guy is in court, and the judge is saying, look, man, this man was killed, and the guy who ran away looked just like you. If you have an alibi, if you can tell us where you were that night, you don't have to die. Meaning, it's death penalty for killing somebody. They're like, just tell us where you were. If you have an alibi, you're off the hook. But if you don't have an alibi, we think you killed this man. And the problem was, he did have an alibi, but he was in the arms of his best friend's wife. Huh, sweetie? Yeah. Michael, that'd be kind of like if you were in the arms of Natasha and you two were cheating on me, or she was cheating on me and you were being a bad friend. Yeah. But then you didn't want anyone to know, so instead of letting the world know that you were having an affair, you went to the gallows. Yep, I would do that too. You're a good friend. So instead of, he didn't want his friend to know, he didn't want the world to know, and he didn't want to shame this woman. So instead, he didn't say anything, and they killed him. But now this woman is so filled with grief, quietly, because she didn't say anything, and her lover died. It's called Long Black Veil, if I've it queued up correctly. And then after this, you want to come up, sweetie, and say hello? Sure. All right. Long Black Veil, miigwech bizandawieg. Thank you for listening. And I will see you again.
On a cold, dark night, someone was killed beneath the town hall light. There were few at the scene. They all agreed that the slayer ran. He looked a lot like me. She walks these hills in a long...
Okay, something's wrong with that. That's no good. Sorry, you guys. She walks these hills. Hey, Brenda Marie's here. Brenda Marie's here, sweetie. Yeah. I don't know why, but that maybe it's because when we queue up and then we let it sit for too long. But your lips were all out of sync with that, so I don't know. Let me see. Should I just play this? This is just the intro. You want to speed it up? Or move it ahead? I could. That's 2 songs too sad.
Nobody knows, nobody sees.
I know it's no federal crime, but you let me down, way down this time, and I know I never once crossed your mind, but you let me down, way down this time. Hey, hey, what do you say? Oh, we slip out right now and run away. Hey, hey, what do you think? We slip out right now, go downtown and get ourselves a drink. Yeah, we slip out right now, go downtown and get ourselves a drink. Yeah, we slip out right now, go downtown, get ourselves a drink. Yeah, we slip out right now, go downtown. What would they think? What should they think? We could get ourselves and forget ourselves. 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 We could get ourselves, go get ourselves a drink. Go get ourselves a drink. BOOZHOO! Hey everybody! Natasha and Indigenous cause. Oh well. Better part of a song than none of a song. Hey, anyone else? What's that? That song won't get us demonetized. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, so everybody, that was, sorry we couldn't play Long Black Veil. Now that we talked about it so much, we'll probably get a copyright strike anyway. But the deal is, when we do a cover song, it's not like our YouTube channel gets demonetized. We just get a little email that says, oh, the money you make off of this video from advertising will go to this record company or whatever. But if it's a song we wrote, then we get all the Junia money. And speaking of money, I'm just going to do this real quick. I hate doing this. We'll do a proper fundraiser show soon. It's been about a year since we started our GoFundMe campaign. It was about a year ago this time when it was weird, you know. I was kind of worried about money. And I got down on my knees and I was like, oh, Kichi Manado, please help us. Taka, we took a wishing, please help me. And for the first time, I kind of prayed for money. I was like, is there any way that we can... I hate to ask, but I don't want to work an hourly job. If it's not, you know, if it's good with you, I would really love to just do the show for a living. Please, you know, please support us. I could barely say the words. Please give us enough money to do the show so we don't have to work a job. And then got done praying, stood up, and something came in my head. I went, hey, what is that thing, GoFundMe? Whenever people like need to raise money for something, GoFundMe. And I think some people raise money for independent movies and go. So I just looked into it. 10 minutes later, I had a GoFundMe page for the show. 2 days later, we had $2,000 in the bank account. I was like, what? That was easy. So now we're trying to raise money. We want to get a total of $4,000. And I haven't been mentioning it, but if you want to support this show, we have a GoFundMe campaign, a link in the description, underneath, underneath the gibberish, buy our books, and probably underneath Patreon and everything else. But, yeah, it was about a year ago where it felt like prayer was answered when I prayed for like a sign or some help, you know. When you're from Minnesota and you grew up in the Midwest, you feel really weird not having a job. You feel like, I'm going to get into trouble, you know, going to end up homeless, but also like you're doing something wrong. And then after I prayed, and then when the BOOZHOO crew, people are friends of the show, just started to donate money. And we had a couple of really big donations. They're like, hey, yeah, here you go. Here's $500. We're like, what? You know? So we raised this money really quick. And that's when we bought the new camera and the new computer. And that's when we got the green screen technology that now is totally distracting to the show. But just want to remind people, no pressure. If you're looking for a way, if you want to be like the people who support Joe Biden's son. Did you hear about this, sweetie? Joe Biden selling artwork? Yeah. Yeah. Joe Biden. We'll have to get some Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden paintings on the show. This is how corrupt the art world is. And the political world, whatever. If you're a rich person and you don't want to pay taxes, you can buy artwork and then write off that expense for some reason. So that's why art dealers and stuff exist. It's so they can, it's kind of like a tax shelter. They don't have to pay taxes. You know, at the end of the year, they go, how much money do you have? And they goes, well, not much. I bought all this art. You know, they go, okay, well, your taxes will be less. So Hunter Biden does some paintings and then sells them for $500,000. $250,000 somebody paid for a Hunter Biden painting. And they go, wow, that must be some good painting. That's a really good painting. It's $250,000. You know, and they go, how? Take that, Van Gogh. Hunter Biden is a way more successful painter than you. But, you know, it suddenly makes sense why Paul Stanley, you know, has an art career too. He's like, yeah, I painted a picture of myself. You can buy this for $1 million. And the person goes, yeah, okay. I need to get rid of $1 million. You know, do I have to hang it on my wall? I don't need a picture of Paul Stanley on my wall. Nothing against pictures of you, Paul. You're cute. I know, but I still love to paint. Yeah, I know you do. You're a real artist. But Hunter Biden, he's just part of that corruption. I mean, it's just corruption on every level. Money laundering, Wisani says. Yeah, exactly. Wisani. But, you know, sing a song. Whoops. That's not what I wanted. Wasokwe, sparkling woman. Makes you wonder how Annabelle got her Indian name. Wasokwe. Wasokwe. She's a sparkling woman. Is it because she has sparkles on her hovercraft? So cute. It makes me want to clean up the house and act more dignified. Yeah, no kidding. I can't even begin to sing like that. Doe, a deer, a female deer. There's a movie, Annabelle, you might want to watch. It's called The Sound of Music. And it's about this family, these little kids, and some lady. Okay, I never saw the movie, but some lady, maybe it's their mom, maybe she's the maid. I get The Sound of Music and, what's that movie with the lady and the umbrella that flies? Oh, yeah. You know what I'm talking about? She's Mary Poppins. Yeah, Mary Poppins. I kind of get I lump these movies together for some reason. But, so, this lady shows up and she's like in Switzerland or somewhere. And there's these little kids. And she's like, come on, let's sing. Nagamon. Or Nagamo. And they go, oh, but we don't know how to sing. And she goes, well then, I'll teach you. It's so easy. First you start with doe. Doe, a deer, a female deer. Get it? You know, like a buck and a doe. Doe, a deer, a female deer. Ray, a drop of golden sun. Ray, it's a drop of golden sun. Me, do, a ray, a deer, ray, a drop of golden sun. Me, a name I call myself. Fa, a long, long way to run. You see, when you get over to England, they can't pronounce their R's. Or in Switzerland or whatever, everything's fa. Oh, I drove the car so far. But what she means is far. Doe, a deer, a female deer. Ray, a drop of golden sun. Me, a name I call myself. I call myself Natasha. Nah. Far, a long, long way to run. So, a needle pulling thread. A needle pulling thread. So, la, a note to follow. So, la. It's a note to follow, so la. Tea, a drink with jam and bread. We call it anabish in Ojibwe. But tea, it's a drink with jam and bread. And they can have some jam and bread. That's the other thing they do. You know how like we'll have peanut butter toast with a cup of coffee? In Europe, they have tea with bread and jam. Isn't culture crazy? Tea, a drink of jam and bread. And then what? And that will bring us back to Doe, oh, 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 doe, a deer, a female deer, ray, a drop of golden sun. Me, a name I call myself, far, a long, long way to run. That's what those kids would always laugh. Ah, far, long, long way to run. Get it? Anyway. And then, I think she fights Nazis or something. Is that how that movie goes? Again, I never saw it, but I think that has something to do with Nazis. I wonder. You know who would know? Adolf? Yeah, probably. You want me to call him? Could you? Sure, hold on. We're going to call up Adolf Hitler. He surely remembers The Sound of Music. Because I can't remember if she fought Nazis or what that was about. Something tells me that movie took place during World War II. And, okay, it's ringing. All right, hold on. Hey, Hitler. Yeah, it's NANABOOZHOO. How you doing? I'm doing good. Say, you want to be on a show this morning? Yeah. Natasha has some questions for you. Okay, I'm going to patch you through. All right, sweetie, he's on line 2. Line 2. Hey, good morning, Mino Giga Shabe. Good morning, Adolf. Welcome to BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO.
Bravo! Hello, NANABOOZHOO. Who am I talking to? Hello, Natasha. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing just great. How are you, Adolf?
Oh, I can't complain. I'm having a pretty good summer. A pretty good summer indeed.
Oh, really? What are you doing?
Oh, I've started a garden. I have a little garden with my vegetables, and I have another garden with just my flowers. I love to smell the flowers.
Oh, do you?
Yes, I love to smell the flowers that bloom in May.
The flowers that bloom in May. Isn't that from a song?
Oh, yes, I believe it is. The flowers that bloom in May. Ha ha. Anyway, what do you want? Why do you disturb me? I have to go out and I have to work in my garden.
I was just wondering, was the lady in The Sound of Music, was she like a Nazi hunter or something?
Oh, that terrible woman! Oh, yes, she killed many, many of my Nazi brothers.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, she's quite a terrible person in our history. If it weren't for that lady singing her insufferable songs, I would have ruled the world.
Oh, really? That's what took down the Third Reich?
It is true. Once I saw that movie, I went to my girlfriend. Ava, I said, Ava, let's kill ourselves. And she was all, oh, why do I want to kill myself? Oh, listen to this song. And then she was like, you know what? I cannot live a little longer. And that is when we killed ourselves.
But how am I talking to you now if you killed yourself?
Oops, I forgot. Not everybody knows that was staged. You see, Natasha, I did not really die. That's just what we told the papers. I snuck out of Germany.
Oh, did you really?
Yes, of course. And then I started the most wonderful amusement park, Walt Disney World.
Oh, yeah. Aren't you actually Walt Disney?
Oh, I can neither confirm nor deny.
Okay. Anyway, so it's true then, that lady fought Nazis or whatever?
Yes, it's completely true. You will not read that in your history books, however, because we have suppressed it.
Okay. Well, anything I can do for you?
No, you called me Natasha.
Oh, right. Well, I'm going to let you get back to work then.
Thank you very much. I will talk to you again, and I will see you again. Giga Vaba Min, Minawa.
Yep. Giga Vaba Min, Minawa. Adolf. He was in a weird mood this morning.
Yeah, he was.
But apparently, yeah, so she became a Nazi hunter.
Well, you know what? I think we should give that movie another chance. Because if she's responsible for, ending World War II.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know much about history. Well, everybody. Should I sign out? Yeah, that's probably pretty good. Okay. Hey, everybody. I just want to say, first of all, miigwech to Annabelle Lee Werner, or however you say it. I want you. You're a wonderful singer. Keep it up. Wasokwe, sparkling woman. Oh, here's the last little Ojibwe. Waso is to sparkle, and ikwe means woman, but when we put it together, we drop the I. Sparkling woman. And your name, I think it means you're supposed to sparkle. You're supposed to shine. If you get a little Indianish and you think, oh, yeah, okay, I can sing, but I'm not going to make a big deal out of it. I'm not going to perform. Maybe your job is to sparkle. Because when you do something well and you perform for other people, you could be an inspiration to some other little girl. You know? You're supposed to use these gifts to make the world a better place. So keep singing. And thanks for sharing. Get after your mom, but thanks for sharing your video. What am I doing? And having said that, I just want to say to everybody else, miigwech bizendawieg. Thank you for listening to BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. I am Natasha, over here, the lovely and the talented. Hey, get out of here. I'm the handsome and the talented.
NANABOOZHOO. BOOZHOO, sweetie. Say hello.
BOOZHOO, everybody. Thanks for watching.
And over here is Michael Lyons.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Miigwech Gonawabieg. Thanks for watching. I will see you again. Gigawaba min Minowa. Hoa. Sweetie, can you teleport me away?
You got it, baby.
See you tomorrow.